So, Werewolves and Wanderer is done. It's been done for a little while, actually. And if you haven't played it, go play it. It's a lot of fun, but it was marred by a couple of technical problems that kind of made it hard to enjoy. And I don't blame people for not playing it because some of these technical difficulties. And I wanted to share what I learned to you in case anybody else wanted to try and do this thing. To learn from my mistakes. That's the sort of guy who I am. One thing that I would not change is I like having an adventure that's sprawling across the map, that you're kind of wandering around in the areas, and you feel a lot more free, because most of the current interactive adventures go along the lines of, here's two choices, right, wrong. Pick wrong, watch a little you failed video, and then go back to the right choice. I hate that. I don't like that. I like this. You've got this open area, and even if I were to rewrite it so that you can't go backwards, so that really you can go forward and maybe take a spur path and come back to the main, and maybe take another spur path, or branching. I don't want to, obviously the more you branch, the more you have to work, and the more you have to do things that maybe people will never see, and that's difficult and frustrating and painful, and I understand not wanting to do that. But at the same time, I think it makes for such a richer experience that I would totally do it like that again if I had it to do over again. Number one is YouTube's annotation system, if you jump within the same video, is buggy and broken, and I could have solved a lot of the problems if I had only told it to jump to a different video every time you made a choice. Would have just made most of the problems in this thing just go away. The problems that wouldn't go away are the fact that YouTube annotations don't have a pause here, or even better, loop here until selection is made. Meaning that if somebody looked at the choice and said, I don't want either one of these choices, and just let the video sit, they'd jump to another section. Since I had scrambled up the sections, it would not make any sense. That's wishing for things that you can't have because it's just not there to have. So that's a deficiency that maybe they'll fix, probably never will. The rest of it is making it more interesting for the viewer, doing things to make it more interesting for the viewer. That's why I'm out here wandering around in a park today instead of sitting at my desk and doing this, just to give, the three of you who watch these videos something more interesting to look at. About halfway through the development of this thing, I ran across something called Adventure Call, which is a comedy skit, and you should look it up, and it's hilariously funny. But I realized that if it weren't a comedy skit, that it would be pretty much exactly what I was doing here. And so, me in front of a green screen, dressed up and whatever, it would be something more interesting to look at. Probably not something I would do, but somebody else could do it and do it well. One thing that I could do, one thing that I almost did, I wanted to make the map of Werewolf and Wanderer, and then set up a camera and show, okay, if you want to move to this room, click here. If you want to move to this room, click here. And I could make the annotations in the video correspond to the room, which would have been good for the people watching, would have taken only a little bit more time, and I kind of wish I had done it. Also, near the end of this, the Angry Video Game Nerd posted a board James, I think he calls them, for a game called Hero Quest. And I thought, man, if I had Hero Quest, look at all the set pieces and all the characters and all the things I could have used for this. And I went online to see how much a Hero Quest game would cost, and they're about $100. So I probably won't be doing that, but it's the idea of having something that people can look at and interact with. I probably could have and should have done that. Again, it's making it more interesting to view. Those are my thoughts on Werewolves and Wanderer. I need to go ahead and program the next step, which is actually a text-based game. So watch for that on the forums of Simon's Games. It's coming soon. And thank you for watching. Hope they're not making funny faces back there.